Today we're talking about wireless thermometers and possibly the best one on the market. Today we're doing a product review of the Typhur Sync Gold Dual wireless thermometers. Let's go. Now, over the years of doing this channel, I've been approached by many thermometer companies, and there's only been a couple that I've actually accepted to do videos for. I didn't really know much about this company until they asked me to check out this thermometer and give my thoughts about it. I'm not getting paid to do this video, so this is going to be an honest review of this thermometer. And we are going to do a quick cook to go along with this video, so we show you how to use it and how easy it is to use. I've been using this system for quite some time right now. It's been over a month I've been using it. I've used it on briskets and pork. I've used it in the oven, and it's honestly been working great. Let's get this off to the side. We're gonna get some meat seasoned up so we could get it onto the grill so we could show you exactly how to use this setup. I have a beautiful hunk of prime rib right here. It's about 2.5 pounds. I did cut this off a larger roast because I didn't need to cook all of it then, and this is a perfect opportunity to cook this. We're gonna start by seasoning it up, and we're gonna hit it liberally because this is a big hunk of meat here. Get all the sides. We're gonna get that inside here in a minute. Since this isn't tied up and that bone is kind of cut almost all the way through, I am gonna give it a quick string up here. I'm not good at this. I don't know the real methods to do this, but it works. Just do a quick tie up of it. I like doing the 2-loop McGillicuddy over here. Sometimes it makes it easier to tie this knot at the end. Give it a double knot here just in case. There we have it. Tied up, seasoned up. Let's get that Weber Smoky Mountain fired up. We're gonna be hitting it with lump charcoal, a couple of wax cubes, get those fired up. Once we get a nice burn in the center and those wax cubes are melted down, we are going to put this back together. Today I'm not using a water pan or anything. I'm only using the heat deflector inside. Gonna make for a great cook. Okay, now the time for the main part here. Let's show you how to use this Typhur Gold. There's a couple ways to set up your cook. We're gonna do the first one right on the unit here. Then it's gonna say unplug to start. So you have to pull out your probe, and that's telling you the temp around it right now. Hit the button, and we're just gonna do manual. And I'm gonna set this up for 125, but if you wanna go higher or lower, you just scroll across. For this, we're gonna do 125, and it's all set up. It's that easy. Now that we have the cook set up for probe 1, we're gonna insert this into the meat, but you wanna make sure you get it all the way up to this line here to make sure that all the sensors for the meat are inside. Go right in the middle in the thickest part, get it in there. There you go, now it's ready to cook. Let's go get this on the grill, and then we'll talk a lot more about the features that we have for this. We'll be able to monitor the cook, and I'm gonna show you the second way how to set up the cook with the app. Let's get this on the grill. Grill's rocking, smelling good right now, so let's get that prime rib on the cooker. Oh yeah. Meat is on the grill. We're gonna let this rock. We're gonna check what that ambient temperature is throughout the cook by looking at the app. Let's clean this up real quick, and I'm gonna show you the second way to set up your temp probe, and then we're gonna go for a walk. To set up the second probe, you're just gonna go into the Typhur app, which was honestly super easy to install and set up. Then you're going to go into devices, and you'll see you have your Typhur Sync set up. Now for probe 2, which we still have in our unit here, you want to pull that out, and now you can set up the cook. It's very easy. We're going to pretend like we're doing the same thing here. Set up cook. We're going to go to beef. Let's see, we're going to do roast. We're going to do prime rib, but we're going to go down to 130, 125. Start. And that's all you do to set up the cook. Now you can see on here, it's all set up. So we're going to shut this one down to probe 2 since we're not using it. Stop cooking, done. Put it back, and let it stay in storage. Back, we could check on probe 1, pulling up the data right now. My internet, it's been a little wonky lately, so that's why it's taking a little longer. But you can see all the readouts here. We've got our target temp, we have our current ambient temp. Right now it says it's been in there about 11 minutes. We're at 60.8 internal, and at some point soon, both on here and on the readout, it's going to tell you the estimated time it's going to take till it's done cooking, which I think is a really cool feature. I have used that on briskets and pork butts, and it seems to be pretty close. So let's get into some more of the details on this thermometer system. All right, some of the details on this guy. It feels sturdy. It's very sleek looking, which are a couple of the things that you see right off the bat. Gives you all the information you need directly on this readout. Something else that's really cool is that inside this probe itself, there's actually 5 sensors for the internal temp of the meat, and there's a sensor on the outside that gives you ambient temperature as well. So 6 total sensors just in this little probe. That's just going to give you so much more accuracy and precision than a lot of other thermometers. Again, this thing has really been working great for the times I've been using it, and I've been really wearing it out. Again, I didn't want to talk about a product that I wasn't a big fan of. So far, the thing's been really great. Got a little cheat sheet here. We're gonna go over these. And now some of these, I don't really understand what they mean, but it's pretty cool, and you'll see why. It says sub 1G and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So that means once you hook this up to the app and connect to your Wi-Fi, you can use this thing anywhere. There's been times I've monitored at the grocery store. I've been just out and about running around, check the temp. Oh yeah, brisket's doing good, perfect. Always cool to be able to check from wherever you are. We talked about how you could set up using the base or the app. Both really cool ways. Some of the other temp systems that I've used has to be basically right next to the thermometer the whole time. So this base would have to be next to the probe essentially. If you move 10 feet away, you're gonna lose your signal. With this system, they're saying that this unit could be 3,000 feet away if it's unobstructed and still get your signal. That's insane. And also 700 feet if obstructed. So actually that's one of my tests I wanna do right now in this video. We're gonna take this and go for a walk. We're gonna head straight down the block, see how far we get before this blacks out. Let's go take a walk. All right, we're gonna head down the block and see if we can get all the way down to the end and keep this attached. Let's go for a walk, guys. Ah, there it is. Now, I don't know if that was 3,000 feet, but we do have it in the grill. It is covered, so it is obstructed, but that was a full city block right there. You can't beat that. Let's go back inside here. Just had an alert pop up that the remaining estimated time on this cook is available, so we went and checked it out. Ambient temp of this hunk of meat is at about 72 degrees, and it's looking like we got about 52 minutes left to get it to our 125 before we sear it off. I really like that estimated finish time. That's a really cool feature that you really don't see anywhere else on any other temp probes. These temp probes are rated up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit heat resistance. That's pretty cool. So you know that you could use it on steaks to sear them off, and that's what I'm gonna try to do with this one at the end. I'm either gonna hit it with a torch or I'm gonna throw it right over those coals to really sear those flavors in, but we're gonna keep that probe in the whole time. Says it could go up to 932. I don't think we're gonna be over that. We'll see when it's time to wrap this cook up. They also say that these probes are waterproof, IPX8. Not sure what that means. All I know is that I throw it into my sink and I wash them, keep them submerged to soak a little bit, clean them up, and they come out nice and clean. No issues so far with washing them and keeping them clean. So you just open up your Typhur app, you pull out that probe, you wanna make sure that this is out because that engages it, telling you that you're ready to use it. Hit the probe, click set up cook. For this cook again, we're just gonna hit beef, scroll to whichever you're doing at the time. Today we're doing prime rib. It defaults to 135, but we're gonna click that down to 125 and then hit start. And there you have it. Now it's still reading the temperature that's outside here, so pay no attention to those, and let's get out of here. No, actually, let's stop that cook, stop probe 2. Now we can go in and look at probe 1 a little bit. You can see that you have the ambient temp that's going up as those coals burn off some. And we have that internal temp of the meat kind of slowly climbing up there as well. Again, we got about 40 minutes in, 53 minutes remaining. We're at 81.5 internal. let's just keep riding this out. I didn't take any video setting up the app, but it was absolutely amazingly simple to set up. You download the app, you connect it to your Wi-Fi. It needs to be a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Make sure you have that, and then you're just set up. It was really very easy. Again, I've used many other thermometers in the past, and it's been a struggle. There's even some that I can't use anymore because they won't connect. They just will not stay connected to the app. It's frustrating, and you want to tee it up on a golf tee and knock it out of the park. This one, haven't had that issue. So we're gonna let this keep cooking. When it's time to sear it off, we'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about the Typhur Sync Gold Dual. One more thing to talk about on this app is really cool. There's the professional mode, and in the professional mode, it'll actually break down and show you what each sensor is reading at the time and over the course of the cook. So you can see all the way towards the point to all the way towards the ambient side, what each sensor was reading throughout the cook, which is another really cool feature. So we just got the alert that this is hitting our 125 range. We're gonna go check this out. I'm gonna hit it with my torch, sear it off, pull it off, and let it rest. Let's go take care of that real quick. I'll get the main side. String burnt, that's okay, pop that off. Now we're gonna pull this off, let it rest about 5-10 minutes, slice into it, tell you how we did with the help of the Typhur Sync. Let's get this off and resting. For the last 10 minutes or so, I've had this rested on the cutting board with the slightly tented in foil. Let's pull this off, see how we did here. Now this prime rib is looking fantastic. We'll go ahead and pull the probe out now that we're done. Bring that in, wash it up here in a minute. Now let's go ahead, separate this from the bone, slice it up, see how we did. Oh man. Try one. That seasoning goes so well with beef. I absolutely love it. All right, let's cut right down the middle, see how we did. Perfect. Little smoke ring, pretty much coast to coast pink here. Looking fantastic. Not sure if you could tell the color on that, but it is gorgeous. Absolutely delicious. Cooked perfectly thanks to help from the Typhur Sync Gold Dual temperature probe system. Honestly, I've used this a bunch. I haven't had an issue with it. Works fantastic. There's a discount code in the description below if you're interested in buying one. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them all. Thanks again for checking out the video, everyone. Take care. Peace.